Good afternoon, thrill seekers. It is January the 3rd and I'm here at the lake again. Not to walk, I cannot walk. Reasons I'll explain, but to just check the level of the water. So it's also a good opportunity for me to wish you all a happy new year 2020. Hope you get everything you wish for, you deserve. And I said I would report to you, to those that are interested, on the 2nd of January, sorry I'm late, as to the outcome of my decision to drink alcohol over Christmas for 1 week. Well, it was a complete and utter disaster. You know, I should have known, but I didn't realise it would happen quite the way it was. My plan was to drink from December the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, up until New Year's Day, really. And it wasn't going to be a booze fest, although I am a drunk. So what happened? Well, I started exactly on time. Of course, as soon as I made the decision, the little voice in my head was saying, well, you might as well start now then. Of course, I kept him at bay and shut him up. So Christmas Eve came, I did all my chores on Christmas Eve morning, didn't hit the bottle or anything, got the bus into Patong Beach, like a good boy. If you're going to drink alcohol, don't ride a motorbike. And then went into Molly's, which is where I really wanted to go and have a few beers, because I just enjoy sitting at the bar and having some beer and talking to people, which is what I did. I had 4 pints of beer, I think, and met some nice people from England, talked to them, decided to move on to the next place. And the reality was that I haven't drunk any alcohol for 3.5 months before that day. And so those 4 beers hit me like a hammer. And I wasn't drunk, but anyway, carry on. I was walking down the road to the next place and I was wearing these flip-flops, which are slightly worn out. And there was some water on the ground and I slipped and I fell down heavily. Great thing to do in front of everyone, and gouged a huge lump out of one of my big toes. But I made it to the next place, and luckily it was an outside bar, so I could just sit at the bar and bleed. Had a couple more beers, then caught the bus home. And this was Christmas Eve, remember? So my job was to cook the turkey, which I did. And while the turkey was cooking, I went out and had a pizza and a large carafe of red wine, all part of my plan. You know, the drunk's mind always makes up these little plans and rituals for him to follow once he's admitted that he's going to have a drink. Came home and watched some ghost movies, had a few more drinks, and by the time I went to bed I was really quite sozzled. So I woke up Christmas Day morning with a sore foot and feeling like absolute shit. And I knew that it was going to be impossible for me to do anything impossible for me to eat a Christmas dinner. All I was going to be able to do was to lie on the sofa and suffer. And I decided at that point to call off the whole over Christmas drinking thing. Because remember, I'm not an alcoholic. I can stop if the motivation is sufficient. And believe me, it was. I was feeling like I was going to die. And it was always my plan not to start drinking again permanently, because I knew I couldn't. And I didn't want to drink over Christmas at all. I had this horrible dread of an alcohol-free Christmas, you know. But I decided there and then to stop, which I did. And it's now January the 3rd, and I haven't had any alcohol since. And that's more than a week now, so there we are. I'm back on the wagon. So 26th of December came. You know, I had my Christmas dinner then, and I wasn't feeling too bad. I had a sore foot, but I was mending, and I thought that was going to be it. That was going to be the end. You know, God was going to let me off lightly, but he decided that he was not going to let me off lightly, because in my right hand knee I had a slight, what shall we say, just a slight pain right in the depths of my right knee, and I knew what was coming, but I didn't realize it was going to be so bad. It was the mother and father of all gout outbreaks, probably exacerbated by falling over and straining that knee. But the outcome of that is it got worse and worse, and I lost all mobility in the knee. I couldn't, it was straight, I couldn't bend it, I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't even put my drawers on, you know, couldn't go out. And it's only been 2 days that I've been able to bend my leg enough to get out of the house. I ran out of food, Noy had to phone someone to come in and help me. I was still laid up over Christmas Day. I was still laid up over New Year's Eve, so I couldn't. Hello. My plans for New Year's Eve came to naught. New Year's Eve, I was in bed by 9 o'clock, thoroughly miserable, thoroughly in pain. Anyway, my friend, he bought me some anti-inflammatory medicine from the pharmacy. You know, antibiotics, I don't know what they are, I haven't looked it up, but within a half an hour of starting that course, it began to work, and knock on wood, I'm on the mend. But it's been, I should say, it's been the worst Christmas and New Year of my life. And oh God, that still happens. You know, the knee just kind of goes over and falls out from underneath me. It's been the worst Christmas and New Year of my life, and I'm not ready to face another one like that. I don't know what I'd do. So I'm also here for other reasons, which I'll end this movie and start the next one. So Happy New Year to you all, and let's hope, for me, it's a better one than last year.